What is SPICE token? Technically, SPICE is an SLP token. SLP tokens are digital objects that can be sent and received using Bitcoin Cash transactions. They can be transferred quickly, cheaply, and reliably to anyone in the world, just like Bitcoin Cash itself. But that doesn't tell you much, does it? What do you use SPICE for? If you asked SPICE's pseudonymous creator, Spice Toshi, they'd tell you that it was a simple test of the SLP protocol and a social mechanism that allows you to say to another human being, "Hey, I like your stuff. Your content fulfills me in some way."
Spice Toshi, he came to me and he said, "Look what I just made." And he made Spice. So what do you think? And I said, "I think this could be big. This could be like the little redheaded stepchild of BCH."
Spice was like the first tipping token, especially on Bitcoin Cash, to be on like Telegram, and it's super easy. Just throw some peppers to a reply or some pluses and you send Spice. And it's kind of interesting how it works. It's like psychologically, because it's not quite Bitcoin Cash, but it is at the same time. But it's a little more fun to tip around, because it has no use really besides to like have fun tipping people with.
In addition to being able to dish out chili pepper emojis to make it rain spice on a clever comment, users can also reply with a milk bottle emoji to ironically tip 100 millionth of a Spice token for a message they didn't find so clever. But after Spice launched, not only was the test a success, it took off in ways nobody expected.
It's taken off in a way SLP has, and especially Spice, because you don't have to be a member of the BCH community. All you have to do is be in a Telegram group. Everybody can enjoy it. And I think that's what's really made it popular. In my community, when people say something encouraging to other people, that's what's going to get a tip from me.
Spend time in any Bitcoin Cash related discussion group, and you're bound to see it being tipped back and forth between members. Or you can keep track of every spicy interaction on the internet with the Spice feed.
And the Spice feed is basically an aggregation of all the Spice tips that have ever happened. I think what it's supposed to be really a Facebook feed type thing of just dank, spicy memes, right? And it really could be built out into like a social network, a Spice network.
In less than a year, an entire ecosystem has emerged around Spice token. And today, it is the third most transacted of all Bitcoin Cash tokens.
I think Spice first got its holding, on Telegram, like millions around. Like it was literally worth nothing. Then it got distributed to a lot of people in CoinSpice. A lot of them are influential members in Bitcoin Cash. And then, all of a sudden it had a market value.
It may seem ridiculous that a token whose only purpose is to show appreciation would end up with a market cap of more than $750,000. But Spice seems to have taken on a life of its own, beyond social appreciation, and early adopters have been rewarded for their early enthusiasm.
Probably one of the most memorable times I've had getting donated Spice was a couple weeks before the Australian Bitcoin Cash City conference. I was just talking about, I probably can't go, and all of a sudden I just got like all this money just thrown at me. Oh my god, thanks, Spice Toshi. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to Australia now. And so that enabled me to go to Australia and film for my documentary a little bit.
That Spice donation came in during one of Colin's live streams via a service called tipbitcoin.cash, where live streamers can set up on-screen notifications for donations of Bitcoin Cash, Spice, and several other SLP tokens. Though Spice Toshi says he liked it better when Spice was priceless, that hasn't stopped the demand for Spice, which is currently valued at 77 cents per 1,000 tokens. After all,
the Spice must flow.
And the first place that it flowed as a tradable asset was Cryptophil, an SLP exchange run by Semyon Germanovich.
We weren't going to add SLP tokens and launch a new platform until we saw a token getting traction. And it was like 2 weeks later that I realized that Spice wasn't picking up traction.
Tokens that have a use case and that generate demand obviously are highly sought after by traders, because that means there's more volatility and more returns to be brought onto the tables.
Once Spice had a price, and there were exchanges to trade it on, it was no surprise that gambling services like Spice Casa turned up. Not only does Spice Casa provide games playable with Spice token, they also send dividend payments in both Spice and Bitcoin Cash to every Spice holder in the world. From gambling and appreciation to tickets and titles, Tokens can be used for all sorts of things.
It's difficult to know what use cases are going to be the killer apps for tokens. Honestly, we just don't know. And I have a feeling that the killer app is going to be something that we can't even predict. Predicting what is going to be the killer app for tokens today is a lot like trying to predict Uber in 2006 before anyone even had a smartphone. I think that Spice has been a great exemplar, and it's been a great proof of concept.
Want to embrace the Spice, but not sure how? Maybe it's time to head on over to the Spice Telegram group or the Spice Faucet to get your first tokens. There's no telling what the future holds for Spice, but as Spice Toshi put it, this isn't a genie that can be put back in its bottle. Or perhaps you want to be the next Spice Toshi yourself. We've got you covered. Create your own custom SLP token in minutes at mint.bitcoin.com. Send and receive or store your tokens on your own Bitcoin.com wallet. After all, your token, like Spice, must flow.